Hi everyone, this is Dave Barnum. I'm in Ogdensburg, New York. Behind me you can see what's called the Golden Dome, and just below that is the Ogdensburg High School football stadium where the OFA Blue Devils play. And last year they went to Syracuse in the state championship at the Carrier Dome. But today I want to share a message in my 53 Bridges series entitled Overwhelming Victory. Now we're going to go back to the mid 70s when I was in high school, and I experienced some bullying in my life. Got under a lot of real pressure from some people that unless I paid money, I was going to get beat up. And so I went and I stole money. I got money from wherever I could get it. I even stole it out of my dear mom's purse, if you can imagine that. This happened on several occasions. I forget how they eventually backed off, but there's a promise in the ancient text that says, in him we have overwhelming victory. Well, after I had my conversion experience, I not only started to understand what my maker was like, how he felt about me, and how much he loved me, but I started to understand myself, because before I just didn't have the right identity. I was just a fearful guy, and you would have thought that I would have had some friends that I could go to, or that I might go to my parents, but I was just so fearful, and I was just bound up in my heart, and I was being somebody that I really didn't want to be. But when I discovered him, I started to discover myself. And I ended up going from the guy that was being extorted, so to speak, to being the guy that was the exhorter. And what I mean by that is this. I would go in the middle of all the fights that seemed to start at the beginning of the high school day or at the end of the high school day. And I would go right in the middle of all the crowd. You know how they gather around and they egg on the two combatants. And I would go in the middle of the two high school gladiators, and I'd say, guys, you don't really want to do this. You don't need to listen to all these people around you. And they'd be screaming and yelling at me, and all of a sudden the attention would go off the fight, and they would just start yelling at me, Barnum, take your faith, you know what, with it, get out of the way, Barnum, we want people to go. And I would say on every single occasion that this occurred, that the two potential fighters, they would part their separate way, and everybody would go off grumbling and mumbling. But I went from the guy that was under the pressure and was under the pain to bringing peace. I was the guy that went from being fearful to helping bring some freedom into other people's life. I was the person that was under duress, and I was able to diffuse situations. And folks, if you want to get from where you are to where you want to go, you need to know him and you need to know yourself. Experience overwhelming victory. If it's in finances, you got to get free, because then you can give away that overwhelming victory to other people. If it's in family issues, you want to get overwhelming victory there, because you can give other families help and hope and comfort. If it's in sickness, whatever it is, you want to get healed, because then you can give that away to other people. So Dave Barnum here again at the Ogdensburg High School, overlooking the gorgeous hockey arena back there, the Golden Dome. Until the next time I see you, or the next time we speak, everybody, make sure you keep your hearts and souls sweet. Bye-bye.